So, hi everyone. We're here, Tommy Walker, the Mind Engineer. Happy New Year. And today we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions, why they don't normally work. I want to talk about this because I see people that are struggling over and over and over again. And I think I have been able to figure out a couple of things on this. I want to share them with you. So let's get going on this. Thank you for being here. If you're watching live, hashtag live. If you're watching replay, hashtag replay, although there won't be anybody live because I'm recording this video. It's not working on the social media, so I'm sorry about that. But let's get going. So what's going on with New Year's resolutions? A lot of people, they don't understand how the mind works. And as they don't understand how the mind works, they try to push themselves to accomplish things without understanding. So again, if I don't know how a car works and I'm trying to fix it, it's going to be very difficult for me to fix it because I don't know how it works. And that's how kind of basic this is. If I don't understand how the mind works, it's going to be very difficult to be able to accomplish things because, again, I cannot make changes in my mind if I don't understand how it works. And this is one of the main reasons why New Year's resolutions don't work for so many people, because they're not understanding the mechanic behind it. So imagine that a person writes down as a New Year's resolution that they're going to lose weight. And we talked about this. I'm going to talk in a general sense again. Remember, we got to keep refreshing these things in the mind so it makes it easier for us to understand and be able to start making changes. So imagine again, I want to lose weight. So I'm going to write down as a New Year's resolution that I want to be, 20 pounds, 30 kilos less than what I'm right now. Or I want to start going to the gym, or I want to have this or have that. And the problem is that most of the times I don't understand why is it that I'm struggling with overweight? Why is it that I'm struggling with eating? Why is it I'm struggling going to the gym? And although, again, we spoke about this in different calls, I want to address this again as the New Year's resolution. If I start putting together my New Year's resolutions from the wrong mindset, what's going to happen? It's going to be very difficult to be able to achieve those New Year's resolutions. So again, let's go a little bit deeper. So I'm going to repeat it again. I want to lose weight, but I don't understand why is it that I'm eating more than what I need or what I should. And listen to that again. I want to lose weight, but if I don't really understand what food represents to me, it's going to be very difficult to lose that weight. And I've spoken about this. I'm going to repeat it again. One of the clients I'm working right now, he was struggling with overweight for many years of his life. And he tried several diets. He tried going to the gym. He tried different things, but he wasn't able to get even close to the weight that he wanted to lose. So every year he would write down 2022, I want to weight this. I want to be weighing this. Boom, and write down. He did the same thing in 2021. He did the same thing in 2020. So for many years, he's been trying to accomplish lose weight, be able to be in a specific number. 2022 towards the end, and we've been working now for 3 or 4 months, he was able to get very close to that number. And this year, he's going to be able to reach that number. What did really happen? So although he had this New Year's resolution where he said he was going to go to the gym, he was going to eat less and things like that, he wasn't able to do it. So let me help you understand this. Maybe you listened to this before, maybe you didn't. What was going on in his case was that he was struggling with food because when he was a kid, he was very skinny. As he was very skinny and small, he somehow put together the idea that if he was bigger, he was going to be seen. As he didn't feel seen by his mom, he didn't feel seen by his dad, he had to eat to be able to be seen. So what was happening is he was overweight because that's what his way of being seen in the world. So although he tried to lose weight from different areas, from doing exercising, eating less, changing diets and things like that. It was bigger the need of being seen. And listen to this, guys. It was bigger for him, the idea of being seen, than the idea of being, slimmer or being smaller or being, at a lower weight. So as his weight was the way that he used to be seen, deep down in his subconscious mind, he was scared of not being seen if he went into losing weight. So he was incapable of losing weight because it was his protective mechanism to being seen. Is this making sense, guys? Write a 1 in the chat if this is making sense. And I know we spoke about this, but I want to tie it up to New Year's resolutions, because when we start putting our New Year's resolutions from this mindset, right? As crazy as it sounds, yes, thank you, Roman. It is. It sounds crazy, but that is how the mind works. We have protective mechanisms. We have coping mechanisms. We have different behaviors we have put together that could seem destructive. Somebody that does drugs, somebody that does drugs and might end of year resolution, say, I want to leave the drugs next year. If they don't understand why they're doing drugs, what are they trying to numb? What is the drugs bringing in his life that he is needing and he is not getting somewhere else? He's not going to be able to leave drugs. And if he does, and I've seen this, don't get me wrong, with, Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, Sex Anonymous, and different Drugs Anonymous and things like that. What I've seen in some cases is they go from one negative addiction, like, alcohol, maybe it could be drugs, maybe it could be sex, maybe it could be things like that. They fall into another addiction that it could be more healthier, like going to the gym, but they still use it to numb the pain inside. I've seen a lot of people that stop smoking and now they start putting weight. They change one addiction for another. And although going to the gym, meditation, or whatever could be a good, healthy, quote unquote thing, physically, mentally, it could be an escape. Maybe you're escaping by meditation, by, personal development, by going to the gym. You might, and I'm not saying this is for everyone, but for some people, it could be an escape mechanism. So it's important to recognize these things, because again, if I put my New Year's resolutions together from this mindset, from I want to be slimmer, but I understand why I'm struggling with food, or I want to be able to go to the gym every day because this is what everybody's telling you have to do, you're doing it from the wrong reasons. You're not doing it from self-love. You're not doing it from self-care. Most of the times people are doing more from another place, a negative intention. Forcing yourself to stop eating, forcing yourself to stop drinking, forcing yourself to go to the gym, forcing yourself to anything is not the right way. It is authoritarianism. Yes, and we've talked about authoritarian, and that is not good for your mindset, because that is going to bring anxiety, that is going to bring stress, that is going to bring, unhappiness, separation, unfulfillment, or loneliness inside of you, because you're not dealing with the right way. So for me, also eating nuts became a habit. I am fine with all the food, but nuts are the trigger. So Roman, I would try to go deeper to identify what's going on with nuts. Why is it that nuts, maybe in your mind, I'm going to give you an example, it might not be you, but maybe in your mind you have connected that nuts are healthy, so I'm allowed to eat more, but suddenly I overeat nuts. So again, it's amazing how the mind does connections. We got to be able to find those connections, to separate those connections, to be able to start making changes in our life. If I want to stop doing something or start doing something as a New Year's resolution, but I don't dig deeper into the mind, understanding why, and look at these two things I'm going to share with you guys. Why am I trying to do what I'm trying to do, or stop doing what I'm doing? What is the intention behind it? Am I doing from a place of pressure? Am I doing from a place of others that telling me that I should stop doing this, but this is not something that I really feel, but I want to push myself to do it? So again, Why do I want to obtain these things? Again, many times, remember this, the mind is going to bring you logical excuses why you want what you want. But you got to listen to the small little voices in the back of your head. The small little voices in the back of your head might be, I got to do this because this is what everybody's doing. I got to do this to be part, to belong, to feel good about myself. So when I say, look at this, even that subtle thing that I just said, I want to go to the gym because it's going to make me feel good about myself. Oh, stop there a second. So you're saying that you don't feel good about yourself and you want to go to the gym to feel good about yourself. So something external is going to make you feel good about yourself. Normally, with that subtle thing that I just said, and I've done this for many, many years with thousands of people, there is a red flag that is telling me as the facilitator or the person helping is, hey, there is something here that is not correct. Because if you want to do something to feel good about yourself, it means that you don't feel good about yourself. So if you don't feel good about yourself, you need to work towards understanding why you don't feel good. Because if I don't feel good, look at this, if I don't feel good and I need to put energy into doing something like going to the gym, normally most people are not going to do it because it's going to go against what they feel bad about themselves. So if I feel bad about myself deep down, why should I go to the gym? I already feel bad about myself. I don't love myself. I don't care about myself. Why should I go to the gym? This is what the process the mind is going through deep down and you might not be aware of. So one thing to consider, my intention behind what I'm doing and finding the negative intention. You're going to always find positive intention, guys. And look at this, how the mind plays games. You're always going to find good intentions behind whatever you want to do. Like I talk to people and they say, like, Tommy, when I feel sad, I go dance. When I feel sad, I go do yoga. When I feel sad, I'm going to go dance. I'm going to go run. That's good. Don't get me wrong. But do you really dig deeper to identify why you feel sad, why you feel bad? Oh, just play music and just go do yoga and I feel much better. But did you really try to learn why you felt the way you did? And a lot of people say, no, I don't need to. I don't need to go see my negatives, right? My negatives is not me. It's another way of repression, guys. So what's the intention of what you want? And look what I'm going to say next. What happens if you don't hit your New Year's resolution? Look at that question again. What happens if you don't hit your New Year's resolution? How are you going to feel? Because again, if I say I want to lose 20 kilos, 20 pounds, whatever, and I don't hit it, imagine that now it's 2023, December, I look at my, the scale, I see that I haven't lost much weight. How am I going to feel? If I'm going to feel like crap because I didn't achieve that, it's going to be very difficult to achieve it because I'm coming from the wrong intention. I'm coming from a not loving way towards myself, that I need that to feel good about myself. I need that to love myself. So if I don't love myself, why should I go to the gym? Why should I eat better? That is the first thing why New Year's resolutions don't work, because most people come from a negative place and they don't understand that. They just logically explain to themselves that it's good if they do this, this, or this. If they go to the gym, if they lose weight, if they eat healthier, or whatever it is, do yoga, do meditation. And who here hasn't tried different things, guys? Meditation, affirmations, going to the gym, eating better, whatever, and have struggled along the way, more or less. Type a 2 in the chat if you have struggled or if you're even struggling nowadays from these things. Type a 2 in the chat. So look at this, 2s are coming in. So what is going on? The intentions behind it. So first key of every New Year's resolution or any resolution is the intention behind it. Let's put it in plural, the intentions behind it. Because again, if I come from negative intentions and I don't understand what's going on, I'm not going to be able to hold in place those new resolutions or those new habits that I want to put together, or those new actions. There we go. Let's put it that way. Actions that I'm trying to put together. First thing. Okay. Second thing, first thing, intention. Second thing, as I was saying, is, am I feeling bad? If I'm feeling bad and I want this to feel good about myself, it's going to be very difficult. Okay. So finding the connection behind what's going on. So intention. And second, what is the connection I've made with this behavior? Smoking, eating. I had a friend of mine, guys, and look at this again, crazy stuff, that she felt that the only way to go to heaven was through smoking. Look at what I just said, how sick that sounds, but she felt that smoking was going to allow her to go to heaven. And it sounds that crazy. Yes, guys, but this person, from when she was a little girl, she saw her mom smoking. And in a way, we look up at mom and dad. And she connected in her mind that the only way to get love, right, and be able to say what? Yes, to go to heaven was smoking, because her mom had passed away. Yes. And in a way, it's like, I want to go to mom. I don't remember the exact, the specific things behind it. Okay. But she had that a connection between her mom dying, going to heaven, right? Supposedly going to heaven. And she, through smoking, supposedly going to heaven. Seriously, I know it sounds crazy, but that was, and I didn't work with her. It was a friend of mine and she was working with our mentor. So I didn't get all the details of this story, but it was something really bizarre. So look at this again, as we go back. This person I'm working with, he thought that by being big, he was going to be seen. That, it doesn't sound that crazy, but it's still kind of bizarre, right? Well, this woman had connecting that God's love, God's acceptance, going to heaven had to do with her smoking. It was unbelievable. But the only way she was able to stop smoking was by identifying these beliefs and start working on changing them. Does this make sense? The connections in the mind? Write a 3 in the chat if it makes the sense, the connection. Maybe you're not okay with what I'm saying about the connection itself, but does it make sense how the mind makes connections that we need to identify? And this is exactly what we're learning here, guys. The work that I do is help people find those connections so that then we can start breaking them and start changing actions, behaviors, reactions. That is the best way I have found to be able to create new habits. And we go back to New Year's resolutions. If I don't understand the intention behind why I'm setting this New Year's resolution, you know, again, if we break it down to another area, not only New Year's resolutions, we can also talk about visualization boards. Visualization boards, people put them together to see what they would like to accomplish, right? It could be in a year, in 2 years, in 5 years, it doesn't matter, but they put together, and I have one, my visualization board. But if I don't see the intention behind what I'm putting into that visualization board and what I'm looking, I want a bigger house because I want to feel good about myself. I want to feel accepted. I want to feel recognized. I want a bigger car because I want to feel part of the clan. I'm going to feel this. I'm going to feel, you know, good enough. Whatever it is, guys, when we're setting it from the wrong intention, there's a higher chance that we're not going to be able to get closer to that. Why? Because they're already coming from the wrong expectation, from the wrong intention. In this case, the wrong intention. So if I come from the wrong intention, that I don't feel good enough, how am I supposed to take the correct actions to get closer to something that I want if I already come from I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving? And that's why we have spoken, you have listened to other people in these different talks, right, on Zoom, people sharing their story where they feel that they don't want to go to the gym and they're struggling going to the gym, struggling with, you know, eating healthier, struggling with having, you know, healthy relationships. It has to do with mindset, guys. So setting the New Year's resolutions, what I recommend, first of all, is exploring your intentions. Why is it that I want this, this, or this, right? First thing. Second thing, right? Let's see it as a general rule I saw. Intention behind it. Why? What happens if I don't get it? What happens if I don't get it? How am I going to feel? How am I going to feel about myself? So we're going to bring the 3 questions. How would I feel if I don't get it? Why would I feel this? And how would this make me feel about myself? How would I feel about myself if I'm not able to achieve this or that I'm looking for? Okay. So second, what happens if I don't achieve it? Exploring that. And the third thing, I change it a little bit into different steps now. Third thing is, what is the connection between, if it's food that I want to lose, lose weight, I want to stop eating as much as I'm eating, I want to stop drinking, I want to stop smoking, I want to start going to the gym. Okay. What is the association I have made in my mind around going to the gym? Maybe when I was a little kid, and it happened a little bit to me, going to gym class, it was for me very tedious. I didn't like, the teachers I had, they were very pushy. Some didn't care at all. There were different negative things I experienced that gone down around doing gym. So in my case, it took me a while to be able to start going to the gym or doing exercise, because I had a negative, like a negative connotation towards doing gym, stretching, taking care of myself. So it's all about connections in the mind. So if you want to start making changes, whether it is New Year's resolutions or whatever it is, you got to look into these things that I shared. Intention behind what you want to obtain or stop doing. What would happen if you're able to achieve it or not change it, right? Sorry, what happens if you're not able to achieve it, you're not able to change it? And the other one is, again, what is the connection I've done in my mind around these specific things, like losing weight, food, smoking, alcohol, or whatever it is. When I'm able to explore the mind and I do those connections, understand what's going on, it's going to make it much easier to be able to set a New Year's resolution, or let's put it, a goal, and be able to start building momentum towards that goal. And listen to my words again, is start to build momentum towards that goal. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to slowly start building up, because a lot of people out there think, they say, okay, I'm going to stop eating sugar, I'm going to stop eating this, I'm going to stop doing this. And suddenly they have some relapses, right? And now they beat themselves up because they're having these relapses, instead of understanding, instead of, loving themselves, that they're trying, that they're doing the best they can, that they have, I don't know, for 3-4 days not eaten it, or, not smoked or drank, whatever. Like, the idea is not to beat yourself up when you're able to accomplish some of those things, because it means you're going the right way. You're creating momentum. So you have a relapse. Okay, I love myself. Why did I have a relapse? Why did I go back to drinking, eating, smoking, whatever? There is something there. Let's try to explore, understand, and from there, keep building changes. But again, if I want overnight changes, it ain't going to happen. What a lot of gurus are kind of promising out there, instant changes and things like that, it's BS. Most of the time is through authoritarianism. You push yourself very hard to accomplish something, but at the end of the day, mindset wise, it can destroy you and take you back to your old patterns, or struggle with other problems, maybe start developing health problems and different things, because you're kicking yourself in the butt to accomplish things that you might not be ready to do yet. Because again, if this person that I was telling you that had associated that not being seen was when he was small, he needed to eat to become big and be able to be seen. If he pushed himself to get rid of the food, maybe deep down in his mind, and I've seen some of these associations, is, I'm gonna die. Look at this, guys. It wasn't this person. I didn't get there with him, but with other people I have found, talking and really digging in different areas, we found that they would tell me, Tommy, if I lose this, I'm gonna die. And it's so scary to die. And look what I'm saying, guys, it's so scary to die that they're not willing subconsciously to make changes, because they don't want to die. So it's a way of surviving, survival mode. So I hope that makes sense. Send me a 4 in the chat if this makes sense. If you have any questions, put them in the chat and we're going to get back to that if we can. Set a 4 there in the chat if all of this is making sense. I know it sounds weird what I'm saying, different associations the mind does, but this is how it works. So thank you very much. I appreciate you watching this. I'll try to see if we can do this again next week and audio working. I'm fed up of this platform that I'm using. It is not working. We're going to stay here on Zoom with the people in here. We'll do some Q&A. We're going to do some laser coaching. But for the people that are on broadcast, thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you next week or on Wednesday. If it works with the audio, I hope so. And I'll see you around. So thank you very much. See you around, guys. Bye.